Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Inside Golf. I'm Harry Donahue. Coming up on today's show, we'll take a look at two events from the recent past of the Golf Association of Philadelphia. They held the Mid-Amateur at Lookaway a few weeks back, and more recently, the Amateur Championship of Philadelphia that was played at Cedarbrook. And Marty Emino from GAP will introduce us to the respective winners. We'll also check out and see what a membership in GAP means for you. And our teed off panel will be assembled on the deck at Lulu Country Club. It's all coming up next here on Inside Golf.
The 24th season of Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 50 courses, over 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee Greater Philadelphia. Building game changers. The First Tee not only helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit firstteephiladelphia.org. By the Philadelphia Association of Golf Course Superintendents, a community of professionals enhancing the game of golf since 1925. Make sure you thank your golf course superintendent today. By GAP, celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man and Philly Man Magazine, a digital publication and private business network. Read the current issue free at jerseymanmagazine.com. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia PGA section, the experts in the game and business of golf, and celebrating their centennial year. Take time to thank your local men and women PGA professionals.
Golf is the great equalizer. For many, this journey is an escape from reality, a chance to be part of a team, a career opportunity. PGA Reach impacts lives through golf by lifting people up, giving them hope, and sending them down an alternate path that they never saw coming. With PGA Reach Philadelphia, as in life and in golf, the most important shot you take is the next one.
Welcome back to Inside Golf, and coming up now, Marty Emino from the Golf Association of Philadelphia introduces us to two recent winners of GAP Majors, the Mid-Am at Lookaway and the Amateur Championship played at Cedarbrook.
The GAP Major calendar returned to its typical rotation in 2021, with the Mid-Am and BMW Philadelphia Amateur Championship opening the season. Feeling a little bit more like 2019 than 2020, both championships saw full fields and a heat of excitement. In late May, the Mid-Am was first up and taking a first visit to Lookaway Golf Club. Known as the Working Man's Tournament because all players must be 25 years of age or older, the Mid-Am gave us a working man's champion. Scott McNeil of the Philadelphia Publics, a project manager for Delaware County, emerged from a chaotic leaderboard to earn a second Middle Amateur trophy. The 2015 champion did so with quite the flair. He birdied his final two holes to finish 5 under for the 2 days and surge to the top of the leaderboard. On number 18, he knocked his 6-iron from 181 yards to 9 feet. And then, knowing he needed to make the putt, did just that.
Man, it's all about winning the number 2. I feel like anybody can win one. You can always get hot for 2 days or 1 day. But to get that second one means that you're there and you have a chance and that you have the game to compete day in and day out. Life of a Mid-Am is not always the same year in and year out, and this year it worked out, and I'm so happy. It started on 15. I knew that I had a chance. I hit a good quality shot in there. I had 10, 12 feet for birdie. Unfortunately, I didn't make it, but I gave myself a chance. I knew 5 was the number, and that if I could keep giving myself chances, maybe they would go in. And when I got to 17, I had to play a little more aggressive because it was into the wind. And even then, I laid back with my second shot, but I had a nice opportunity to pitch it down the hill. And I hit a perfect shot right where I wanted. I honestly thought that chip was going to hit the stick and go in. Unfortunately, it hit the low lip and spun out to about 2 feet on the other side. And I just stuck to the game plan I had yesterday, which was hit hybrid down there, knock it on the green. And boy, I got to say that 6-iron I hit was one of the best shots I've hit in a long time. I got up here and had 9 feet. And I hoped for a straight 9-footer, but I figured I can miss-hit a little right to left one and still make it, so it's probably better with more break.
McNeil's challengers were plenty. Matt Matari of Saucon Valley came to 18 at 5 under a few groups earlier, but couldn't get up and down after going long with his approach. Sean McMonagle of Tavistock stepped onto the 18th green in need of a birdie to force a playoff. His lengthy effort fell just short. He and Matari tied for second. Marion's Patrick Knott and Green Valley's Ben Feld also found themselves in contention until a couple of late round bogeys ended their chances. A few weeks later at Cedarbrook Country Club for the 121st BMW Philadelphia Amateur Championship, Connor McGrath became the 16th Huntington Valley member to raise the trophy. In front of family and friends, McGrath defeated Jack Irons of Little Mill 3-2.
Kind of at a loss of words. I mean, this is such a fun experience. These tournaments are great. GAP puts on some of the best, most competitive tournaments in the area, and I look forward to playing them every summer. It's just fun to finally come out on top of one. I've said it many times before, but Huntington Valley it's my second home. Everybody there has been so supportive and loving of me. I wouldn't be where I am if it weren't for them. And, the names that have come out of Huntington Valley, it's really cool to join that list and kind of make my mark on Huntington Valley's history and get my name on that trophy. I'm really blessed for all the opportunities that they've given to me and provided me with junior golf over there. It's great. The support is unmatched. I mean, there's nothing like it. We are such a closely knit team. Everybody gets along. We're really good about including everybody, and I know it's cliche, but we're a family. Like you see alumni coming out here and supporting all of us, which I'm sure they could have done 100 different things on a Saturday. I'm really blessed to have friends, brothers, honestly, like them, and alumni like them. They're so supportive. They're always checking in on us. And Coach Quinn and Coach Teasdale, like I've said before, I wouldn't be here if it weren't for them. The amount of time that they spend trying to help us get better, I feel like we make a really good team.
McGrath, a Temple University senior, led from start to finish in the 36-hole final, though there were some bumps along the way. He stood 3 up on number 10 before irons started to bridge the gap. McGrath found the penalty area left of the green on number 10, and irons made birdie to move 2 down. Then, on number 11, irons got 1 hole closer, making a par as McGrath 3-putted. That's when the 21-year-old McGrath hit perhaps the best shot of his early career. He ripped a 5-iron from 230 yards on the par 5, 12, to 20 feet. Irons had some trouble off the tee, and his approach spun back from the green. McGrath needed 2 putts for a 4 to win the hole, and he did just that to reclaim a 2-up lead. McGrath kept the pressure on the next hole. He ripped another 5-iron into the heart of the 13th green, a par 3. Irons struggled to find the cup, however, and made bogey. McGrath made par and returned to 3 up. A euphoric celebration erupted a few holes later when McGrath put the finishing touches on a victory. Congrats to Scott McNeil and Connor McGrath on their respective victories. Well played. Reporting for GAP, I'm Marty Emino.
Thanks, Marty, and congratulations to those GAP winners. Stay with us. After the break, Marty is going to rejoin us along with Mario Mackey. Mario is the membership director for the Golf Association of Philadelphia, and he'll have information on what a GAP membership means to you.
Club or Pine Valley Golf Club, but this is
Summer can't be contained to just one moment. It can be exhilarating, breathtaking, refreshing, and so much more. So never settle for just any summer. Make yours ultimate. Receive a credit of up to $3,500 through August 2nd.
Hello and welcome. I'm Marty Emino, the Director of Operations for the Golf Association of Philadelphia. Sitting here today with Mario Mackey, the Director of Member Services for GAP. Mario, welcome.
Thanks, Marty. Glad to be here.
And today we're going to discuss the benefits of your GAP membership. All right, Mario, let's start with the basics. How does one become a GAP member?
Sure. If you're a member of a private facility in the region and you're active on the gin roster at the club, you're a GAP member.
What if you're not a member of a private club, you're a public golfer per se?
Sure. If you go to gapgolf.org, our website, you'll see a listing of our public member clubs. You can contact any of those clubs to see about getting on their membership as a gin member, and with that, you're eligible as a GAP member.
So Mario, is there any other way to join a club other than being in person, say if I'm not comfortable, with the current times doing that?
Yes, if you go to our website at gapgolf.org, you'll see in the top right corner of the screen there's a join button. You can click that button. We have a list of clubs there which you can join online as a GAP associate member for the year.
All right, Mario, I'm a member, or I recently joined a club to become a member. What kind of playing opportunities are there available for me?
We have a full complement of events with 160 event days throughout the season. We have something for all types of golfers, all ages, genders, skill levels. If you are a junior golfer, for example, we have the Youth on Course program for $5 or less to play at area facilities. If you're a high handicapper, we have a series of net events as well as our popular member play day schedule. If you are a senior golfer, we have individual and team championships throughout the year. So while everyone knows the BMW Philadelphia Amateur Championship or our Patterson Cup, those events, sure, they encompass the best players in the region and we're glad to have them. But at the same time, we want to be as accessible as possible for all of our nearly 80,000 individual members.
Mario, there are also opportunities for women. Can you touch on those for a second?
Yes, Marty, we have about a dozen playing opportunities for women throughout the year, as well as our popular member play day series, which is comprised of 40 events in 2021.
Could you maybe just talk a little bit about what a member play day is, what it entails, and maybe how people can sign up for them?
Yes, member play days are a great way to experience the premier facilities throughout the region as a GAP member. Everyone knows Marion Golf Club or Pine Valley Golf Club, but this is a great chance to experience some of those other outstanding facilities that the Philadelphia region is known for, and to do it in a fun way. These are net Stableford formats. They are more casual, intended for golfers of all abilities and both genders, obviously.
Yeah, and so how do we sign up for those? Could you maybe just walk us through the process?
Sure. If you go to the GAP website, gapgolf.org, and you click on our event schedule, you'll see a tab for member play days. You click there, and you'll find which ones are open at the time for registration.
Yeah, they're exceedingly popular. This year, like Mario said, we're expanding to about 40 opportunities. So if you want to take part in those, it's first come, first serve. So please make sure you check out the registration deadlines on the website on gapgolf.org. They're a lot of fun. You get to go to some pretty cool places, right, Mario?
It's not too bad. This year alone, we have Huntington Valley, we have Mazellum Springs, White Marsh Valley, Lanark Country Club, some great clubs on the list for 2021.
And I know we say there's a competitive aspect to that, but look, if you're not comfortable playing that, you can certainly just take yourself out of the competition. It's a net Stableford. It's more about getting to a golf course, playing golf, and finding a new place, some new excitement.
Yep, it's all about that experience.
All right, Mario, so I know you or I are double-digit handicappers, unlike some of us in the office, but that's okay. We still enjoy the game. But more importantly, we're out there posting our scores when we should be for our handicap record. So why don't you just run us through a little bit of the process and And last year there was a new product that was put on the market, right, for the ability for us to post a score.
Correct, and as I hope our viewers know, with the advent of the World Handicap System in 2020, it's even more important to post that score the day you play the round of golf. And the GHIN system came out with a great new mobile app last year that enables golfers to do that really easily and quickly. So if you download the GHIN app, G-H-I-N, on your iPhone or Android device, you can log in there and post your score. And it's not just score posting though, Marty. There are a lot of other benefits available with that app. There's stats keeping with, you can track your fairways and regulations, your greens and regulations, your putts. You can also have partners that you follow on there. So if you and your friends go play a round of golf, you can check your handicaps before you go out to the first tee. And you also get the latest Gap news on there as well.
Again, that GHIN app is available on both the iPhone and the Android platform. If you're looking for it, just go to gapgolf.org, click on the top right-hand button, or on the bottom where it says update your GHIN app, basically, and you can find it there. All right, we finally get to touch on a subject that's near and dear to my heart, the Gap Magazine and Golf Digest. So the Gap Magazine, for those of you that don't know, is a product put out by the Golf Association of Philadelphia that focuses on the individuals, clubs, and events at clubs throughout the region. We're moving into year 14, I believe, for the Gap Magazine. And if you don't know, I'm the editor for the Gap Magazine, so sorry to bury the lead there. But Mario, I want to get a subscription to the Gap Magazine or Golf Digest, which is a great perk for Gap. How do I do so?
It's a really simple process, Marty. Go to gapgolf.org, our website. You log into your Gap locker there. You update your preferences for your subscriptions. You indicate which ones you want to receive. Just make sure we have your most up-to-date address, and you'll receive those in the next cycle.
More importantly, those are complimentary subscriptions. So they're included in your Gap membership that we had touched upon earlier, both the Gap Magazine and Golf Digest. So make sure you take advantage of that. So Mario, we touched a lot upon Gap member benefits and what that entails. Maybe just to give us a synopsis here of what we talked about?
Well, Marty, the Gap membership is all about opportunity, whether that's the handicap index or our extensive list of playing opportunities or these exclusive benefits like the magazine subscriptions. It's all about opportunities for golfers in the Philadelphia region. We continue to add more to them every year, so be sure to check out our website at gapgolf.org to see the latest benefits available as part of your membership.
Remember, for a full listing of your benefits, visit gapgolf.org. For Mario Mackey, I'm Marty Imino for The Gap.
Thanks, Marty. All right, stay with us. More to come on Inside Golf. Next up, our teed-off panel is ready to go from Lulu Country Club.
Only because I walk every day and I have nothing else going through my head.
Welcome back. Inside Golf continues at Lulu Country Club. We're in Upper Dublin, Montgomery County. Lulu recently, the team matches for Gap, the championship team. Lulu Country Club, first time ever, and we are graced with the presence of their captain, young Jim Sullivan. Good to have you on Inside Golf, and congratulations.
Not so young anymore, Harry. Not so young anymore. But thanks very much for having me. This is a treat.
Speaking of the club matches, sponsored by the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP's president, Oscar Mestre, joins us.
Good to see you, Harry.
And congratulations to you in the recent Pennsylvania State Open. You finished second behind a pro, John Pillar. And you were number 2 in the Low-Am. I saw you with the nice crystal. Congratulations.
Go, Oscar.
Thank you.
Pretty good.
Thank you.
That's
and
great.
I do remember Jim when he was young. So.
Way back. Mike Kern. He's been on Inside Golf when he was young. He's now on Inside Golf. I don't want to say
I finished second in
middle.
Sixers putt-putt tournaments.
There you go. Well, it's good to have you back. If there were going to be a Mount Rushmore among great golfers, who would be your picks to be up there?
So, in the context of the foursome I'd love to watch play golf. I'm not sure if you're looking for ambassadorship. The foursome I would pay anything in the world to watch play golf would be Tiger Woods, Seve Ballesteros, Sam Snead, and Lee Trevino. But Bobby Jones and Lee Trevino were neck and neck. I went with Trevino because probably be more entertaining to watch play around a golf.
I think the key to that whole lengthy introduction was you saying who you would like to see play golf.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you left out a couple prominent names, which I think will be mentioned soon.
Yeah.
But that's an interesting foursome. Oscar, don't prove me wrong.
No, well, I don't disagree with the quality of the individuals he mentioned, but I think if you're going to do a Mount Rushmore, in my opinion, you got to have Nicklaus, you got to have Palmer, you got to have Tiger Woods, and then it's a toss-up between Sam Snead and Ben Hogan. in my book, because, you know, for different reasons, what they've accomplished, what they've meant to the game, and what the game is today is as a result of all those figures. So I think you'd have to include them.
The latter two, both born the same year,
1912.
Yep. Along with?
Byron Nelson.
Correct, sir.
Yeah.
All right. You're really up there on your history.
yeah,
So
this is
therefore,
what I
this
did
is
for
like
40
this
years.
is like a layup for you to pick
I've actually
Mount Rushmore.
thought about this a lot, only because I walk every day and I have nothing, else going through my head. The first four to me are, there's no questions. Taggart, and no, Jack Taggart, Bobby Jones has to be on the list, has to. And I go with Hogan as my fourth. Where I think it gets interesting is when you go to the next four, which might almost be as good as the first four. My next four would have Arnold, because of what he meant to the game, player, and Sam Snead. And then the fourth one, you could throw probably about 3, 4, 5 names in there. We all know who they are, and you could argue about that. But those four guys, to me, one won a Grand Slam, which it wasn't even called a Grand Slam then. Jack and Tiger are the two greatest champions, and Hogan, a lot of people say, was the best ball striker of the ball ever. I don't, know, but and the moments you think of in golf history, the 1930, 1950, all the things Jack did and all the things Tiger did, I just think those four, if you want to throw Arnie in there because of what Arnie meant, I get it, but that to me is the four.
Right. Well, he meant the television age and everything. Arnie's Army.
He invented golf,
yes.
kind of.
He put everything there, and then Tiger
Popularized.
later took everything, 2 or 3 steps up the building. If you're going to do it locally in Philly area, give me 4 if you can name 4.
So, from my experiences as a kid, I was able to call Bill Hyman and play 9 holes with Bill Hyman late in his life. Now, he may not be on some, but for me, he's certainly right there. I would put Jim Sykes for what he did for the Golf Association of Philadelphia and what the Golf Association of Philadelphia has become.
Great man.
My understanding is it's the role model for golf associations around the country. Oscar certainly carrying that forward as the president. Mark Peterson for 20 years has done Jim Sykes' job, but he's off the charts. And from a golf course perspective, I'd put William Flynn and his imprint in the Philadelphia area, and then what it means nationally. Now the fourth that I had on this, Harry, because he gave me a little notice, was Arnold Palmer because of who he is, and I'm pulling Pittsburgh over to Philadelphia.
It's a stretch.
Stretches a little bit.
It's a stretch.
Well, the Jersey Shore too. You pull him in from down there too. He was there.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So those are my 4.
Oscar? And you can't put yourself on it.
Why not? You just finished second in the Open.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, I think I agree with Bill Hyman. I had an opportunity to have him beat me often. I think you got to Jay Siegel in Philadelphia. It's hard not to, have a conversation about the greatest players and not include Jay Siegel. Gordon Brewer. I feel like I'm giving half of Huntington Valley's, history.
Huntington Valley's first team when I was a little kid.
Exactly.
When I was 12 years old.
So, I've got. I need an alternate. I've got Buddy Marucci and Chip Lutz.
Wow.
Anytime you win a USGA event, you've got to be at conversation.
That's 2 good picks. Mike, I know you want to go an abbreviated Mount Rushmore.
All those names are great. The history I'm not as familiar with maybe, but to me, Jay Siegel is, when people think of Philadelphia golf, I remember once I was talking to Jay and I was doing some kind of story and I said, Jay, a lot of people would consider you to be one of the best amateur golf. And he looked at me, kind of smiled, and he goes, one of the best? And it was just Jay. Jay had so many great moments. If he would have won the 89 amateur at Marion, if he hadn't hit the ball in the playoff into a divot in the fairway, which is the stupidest rule in golf. But anyway, he did so many things, and then he went on the senior tour and did things on the senior tour. He won the senior tour championship. In my estimate, and some of those other guys were certainly up there. There's no doubt. But to me, Jay Siegel is numero uno.
And getting back to the national Mount Rushmore, I had Arnold, Jack, Tiger, and I'm going to really throw a curveball at you guys. Mary Catherine Wright, also known as Mickey.
Sure.
Okay, 13 majors, 82 tournaments won. One more than Tiger Woods, and same as Sam Snead. Mickey Wright.
Good pick.
What did Hogan say? The best golf swing that he ever saw. Yeah. Gentlemen, thank you. We'll be back. More of Inside Golf in a moment.
With more than 20 events during a 6-month season, the Workhorse Tour combines the competitive spirit of professional golf with the added bonus of flexible scheduling. And golfers only need to tee it up once during that 7-day window, see their name on weekly and season-long leaderboards. Here are the most recent results on tour. To learn more about the Workhorse Tour, visit workhorsetour.com today.
They're not just familiar faces. They're your friends and neighbors. It's their small businesses, a beating heart that makes a neighborhood a home. The places with a pick-me-up or a story that inspires, where you can share a taste of comfort with the personal touch that makes our world shine a little brighter. Support small and make a big difference. Make it local. Make it Main Street. Make it Montco.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Inside Golf. Coming up in future weeks, this being the centennial anniversary of the Philadelphia section of the PGA, we're going to sit down with a centennial panel. We'll talk about the history of the PGA in Philadelphia, as well as, hey, maybe you have a family member that would like to be a golf professional. These guys will give us some advice on what it takes. I'm Harry Donahue. Thanks for joining us here on Inside Golf. And remember, no matter how bad it's going for you out there, don't pick up. See you next week on Inside Golf.
The 24th season of Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf. 50 courses, over 300,000 yards. Check them out at montcogolf.com. By the First Tee Greater Philadelphia, building game changers. The First Tee not only helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit firstteephiladelphia.org. By the Philadelphia Association of Golf Course Superintendents, a community of professionals enhancing the game of golf since 1925. Make sure you thank your golf course superintendent today. By Gap, celebrating amateur golf since 1897. By Jersey Man and Philly Man Magazine, a digital publication and private business network. Read the current issue free at jerseymanmagazine.com. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia PGA section, the experts in the game and business of golf, and celebrating their centennial year. Take time to thank your local men and women PGA professionals.